Hi there. This is your special education visual content specialist for grades 6 through 8 social studies. Today we're going to dive into how we can further support our students' access of rigorous content through discussion. In this video, we'll be using instructional supports in order to engage and provide access to all learners, uphold student IEP goals aligned to speech and language, and support student development of sense-making and effective engagement in a range of collaborative discussions. Through your implementation of these supports, your students will in turn develop habits of observation and questioning by slowing down and focusing on what's in front of them, and collaborate effectively in discussions by building on the ideas of others and clearly expressing their own. So what is a noticing and wondering? This procedure is not a new procedure. You might have seen this being used primarily in math classes, maybe even science classes. But this instructional support is just as effective when used in English language arts, humanities, or just how we're using it now in social studies. This is an effective discussion protocol that promotes a low-stakes way of engaging all learners in collaborative sense-making and allows students to enter the content and activate knowledge. In addition, it also allows you, the instructor, to gauge starting points for the various students in your classroom. There are many reasons why noticing and wonderings are an effective tool to use in your classroom. First of all, it promotes inquiry and allows students to move at different rates to master content. It is also a tool that supports the refinement of language skills for both SWD and L students. It reinforces both descriptive and inferential analytical skills. It also helps exercise abstract thinking. And most importantly, regardless of vocabulary and prior knowledge limitations, the procedure allows all students to be successful. Here, we will model the use of this instructional protocol with the Grade 6, Unit 3A, Day 6 lesson titled Hinduism Through Art. In order to use this protocol effectively, you might want to use a chunk of a given text, or in this instant, a work of art. You might want to scaffold a bit further for your students by providing guiding questions such as, what do you see? What questions do you have about this image? What do you wonder about this image? You might even want to model the task and the product at hand. And you can provide further guidance for students such as, what lines do you see? What shapes, colors? Is there any text? This protocol allows time to observe and to think independently. It also allows students to work together to crowdsource information and to learn collaboratively. When using this protocol appropriately, you might get answers from students such as, I notice trees and animals. I notice a person in the center wearing golden robes, holding up a large cloud. I notice there are people surrounding the person in the middle. And you might receive questions such as, do the people worship the person in the middle? Why are they holding up such a large cloud-looking structure? You want to allow students time not only to think for themselves independently, but also to share their noticings with a partner. Maybe they don't notice something that their partner has noticed, and this might spark an idea or a new wondering for them. Here we see an example with the grade 7 unit 3, day 5 to 6 lesson titled Founding Perspectives on Slavery. It's the same concept. We have a piece of artwork and we want to focus on what we see, honing in on the details of the painting. Again, allow time for your students to observe and to think independently. You might want to model the task and product using a different image prior to showing the students the image that you will be assessing them on. You want to allow students to work together at some point as well in order to share different and varying perspectives. This is an example of some responses that you might receive when using this protocol in reference to this painting. The notice and wondering protocol is best used when working in small groups or in partnered work, since both partner students might benefit from learning from each other, and collaborative work is very beneficial to children. This protocol also allows time to think and therefore supports processing of information. Noticing and wondering supports real-time assessment of or gauging of student entry points, which then allow you to provide further scaffolding or further supports. Most importantly, noticing and wondering builds confidence in students and allows them to see that they can move forward in any given lesson.